Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Desert Winds, episode 23. When last we left our intrepid band of adventurers, they finished killing the Chain Devil. Welcome to Desert Winds. And sorry about that. It started playing on my side. They finished killing the Chain Devil, and then proceeded to investigate some more to figure out where they had gotten this magical mirror that had taken them, or that was taking their patrons. And they were met with dead end after dead end, and especially the final straw, the DM saying, "No, this was a one-shot. Stop!" At which point they went down to the ship to get their passage back to Calimport, where they met with Fazli, the halfling captain of the ship. And they were preparing for a shopping adventure because they still had several hours before Fazli said that his crew would be ready to go. And that is where we pick up. You guys were entering into, and I have to get the name here, it was something Wands.
If it's anything less than Wicked Wands, I'm going to be disappointed.
It was less. It was like Pabo's Wands or something crazy.
Opportunity for alliteration missed.
I put that.
Who was all going shopping again? I think it was me.
I was there.
You were there, and Drawn was there. Striker was there. Striker's not here.
Yeah, we are down our rogue and our paladin this week, but they are still here in spirit. Ariadne said that she was going to. There we go. Found it. Ariadne said that she was going to stay on the ship, and she has actually posted a do not disturb sign on her quarters. Okay,
That's
so
really fitting.
you guys had gone into Heobo's Wands, Heobo, and it was on the middle of the main strip. And actually, I read everything wrong last week, and the neighbor is actually a half-elf rune carver, and then there's also an office of a barber named Oron on either side of the wand shop.
Okay, and it's only wands in here? Or do they have
is,
other things
It
as
is
well?
only wands. I mean, he may have other stuff, but primarily it is wands.
Hey, Quark, I think this might be of interest to you.
Yes. So, Quirk is going to walk up to the counter, and he's going to be like,
I'll walk up with him.
I am looking for low-level scrolls or spells, and I can trade spells, money, or services as long as they're quick, because I have to leave today.
You see the shopkeeper, Heobo Bernal, and he's male halfling. He's actually standing up on a stool behind the counter, and he looks at you, Quirk, and says, "Well, I primarily deal in wands, but certainly feel free to take a look around. May be able to conjure up potions if you need them. How long do you have?"
So Quirk looks over at Edron. How long are we here for?
We must be leaving in 2 hours. I am not seeing any rings in here. I'm going to try the rune carver store next door. And that's where Adron heads.
Okay. So,
Um,
Quirk, what you see as you look around, and if you cast detect or not detect magic, but identify, he's got a wand of acid arrow. He's got a wand of enlarge person, a wand of fear, a wand of greater invisibility, wand of summon monster 2, and he's got a wand of web.
how much is the Wand of Greater Invisibility?
He
Thank
looks
God.
at you and goes, well, friend, that will cost you 12,600 gold.
I don't have quite that much.
How much do you have,
Well,
Clark?
yes, exactly. How much do you have? I may be able to work a deal with you. Said that you were willing to trade items.
Well, I've got 1,200 gold.
Oh, I can't let it go for that little, I'm afraid. It is very high quality.
We still have some stuff in the party inventory that you could probably sell.
Well, there is this Wand of Defense here, which is in the same sort of stuff that you sell.
May I? And he holds both hands out.
So I hand it over to him.
Okay. He takes a look at it. Well, this is a very, very fine wand. I've heard tales of it, but where did you happen across it?
We found it in the desecrated ruins of a temple.
The ruins of Soon.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure that anybody still went there. Been abandoned for quite some time.
We did go there.
And he looks over the inscription some more, and he reads the barrel of the wand. Turn to page 94. Very interesting. Because I'm a collector, I would be willing to part. I'm sorry. I would be willing to offer to 1,200 for this wand.
1,200? But your other wand is 12,000, you said.
Right. This wand, well, quite exquisite, is not up to the caliber of the wand of greater invisibility.
Oh, come on. You know that this one that you are holding right now is worth more than what you are currently giving him a discount for.
Roll a persuasion. Or intimidation, depending on which you're
No,
trying.
persuasion. Yeah.
He holds his hands up and kind of bows his head a little bit. He's got the wand up in one hand too. You know, he's still holding onto it, but he's got the wand up in one hand. But he kind of, all right. Perhaps you're right. It is worth more than what I am offering here. But I'm trying to be a shrewd businessman. You understand?
Just
But
tell us
still,
what it's worth. Tell us what it's really worth.
I will give you 2,400 for it. That should be enough to allow you to get one of the finer wands in my shop.
Work?
But you see, this wand here, and he points at the wand of defense, it does not have as many charges as the other wands.
I would like to make an insight check on that.
And I would like to make an Arcana check on that.
Go ahead.
I don't believe him. Better.
He's being very truthful.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Number of charges and level of magic, they dictate the price. The more powerful the magic wand, the more it's worth.
But this one is more versatile. It has 2 spells that it can cast.
That may be true.
And it's been really useful to us.
The most I can go is 2,900. That is as high as I can go. You understand, friends, I'm sure.
Work, it's your choice.
Only if you can also point me towards some place that sells scrolls.
Only if I can point out some place that sells scrolls, you say? Well, there is a scroll shop. It's on the opposite side of this street, not on the other side, but on the other side of that. If you go through the alleyway where the stray cats live, you should find it.
Okay. Then I'd be willing to sell it to you at that price.
Okay, very, very well. So you don't want any of these wands, then?
No, I don't think so, because I can't learn the spells from the wands, but I can learn them from the scrolls, and then I can have them forever.
Yes. Very, very well then. And he takes the wand, sets it back behind the counter, and then reaches back behind his counter and opens up a lockbox and starts counting out. And he pulls out, he gives you, the 3,000, but it's a mixture of all types of coin. Electrum, platinum.
Okay.
Gold, silver. No copper, but...
Platinum is 100 gold, correct?
No, it's 10. It's 10 gold. 1 platinum is 10 gold.
Okay.
How much is an electrum?
It is 5 silver.
2 electrum equals 1 gold, I think.
Yep.
Ten
Okay.
copper, 2 a silver, 10 silver, 2 a gold.
So then, what? Should I just record the total, or should I record it in pieces?
You could record the total.
Okay.
If you want to split it up, you can, but I don't have a ratio in mind for how it's split. Just that he gave you 3,000 gold worth of coin, because most of the time these shopkeepers aren't going to carry straight gold on them.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
with that, he actually sets the wand of defense in his display case and props it up, adjusts it, makes it look pretty. And then he sets a card down in there, a blank card, into the display case, and you see him wave his hand with like a slight figure 8, and then when he lifts his hand away, a tag appears underneath it that says Wand of Defense.
All right.
You ready to go? Let's go find those scrolls.
Yeah, let's go do that.
Yeah. We walk out.
Okay, Akiva. I'm sorry, Adron.
No worries.
So, said that you were going to
Into the rune carver shop looking for magic rings.
looking for magic rings. Okay. You are greeted by a half elf. And she is wearing an apron. She's got an anvil on the back near a stove of her shop, and she's actually got a blade set on her anvil right now, and she's with her chisel carving runes into the blade of this sword currently.
Hello, I'm in the market for a ring of water walking or water breathing. If you might have such an item.
He turns around and good day. Of water walking or a ring of water breathing. Planning on taking a long trip across the seas, there, friend.
Indeed. I have a friend that is heavily armored, and it would be helpful for him in case we hit bad weather.
Oh, okay. Well, let me see what I have. And she sets her chisel down, and she walks back to the back.
And never returns.
He's
Dun,
back there
dun,
looking
dun.
for quite a while. But she finally comes out, and she has on each of her fingers, she's got 2 rings. 3 on some of her fingers. And she looks at you kind of sheepishly, because she can't really, like, close her fingers anymore. She looks at you kind of sheepishly, and she goes, I didn't have a way to carry them otherwise. And she starts pulling the rings off of her fingers.
That is understandable. And I start looking them over.
They are carved, in Elven with the sigils and the words for water breathing, water walking. So she's brought out duplicates of all of the rings, which would be enough for the entire party.
And how much would you be asking for all of them? Math, the bane of the half-elf.
Oh, that's not right. That's definitely not right.
It is, in fact, the
He's-
bane of the health elf.
No, math is the bane of the DM.
For me, it's remembering anything to do with names. They're awful.
She looks at you, she looks at you and looks at all of the rings, and her fingers are kind of wiggling as she looks like she's mentally counting. Finally looks back up at you and she goes, because you're buying in bulk, I assume? I don't know, you just asked for one, but I have all of these. 3,500 gold?
Okay, hold on. I gotta do a little bit of math myself. So 540 brings that up to 1737 to I have 2,000. Looks like 2,080 total.
Actually, you know what? I can actually look at the party sheet. Oh, show me exactly how much you have.
Yeah,
What's the
I'm
showing?
trying to convert platinum and silver as well.
It should say how much gold he has in the treasure thing on the inventory tab.
Yeah,
Well,
that-
I have it.
for platinum is 540.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, I have a calculator. Just tell me what to put down.
Hold on, I
Okay,
got a
so
calculator here
500
myself.
Yeah, 540 platinum.
Oh,
Which is
platinum.
gold. I'm giving you all of this in gold. Total.
Okay.
540. 45 copper. Which is that's the gold value of it.
Yeah, I have a grand total of 2,096 gold.
There you go.
And is that including your 1197?
Yes.
I think you calculated the Albert a little high. Okay, 4.5, not 45.
Yeah, you calculated that pretty high.
Yeah, probably did.
Okay, yeah, I did. Sorry.
And
Decimal places, kids. Stay in school. Math is hard.
it would be like 45 silver, so like 4 gold.
Yeah, you're right.
So 2,055.
With a lot of change left over.
Yeah, because that sounds about right, because I have around 2068 right now.
Would you be willing to bring the price down just a little bit more?
I've already given you a pretty steep discount. He looks at you and goes, are these rings going to be for business or for pleasure?
For business, we are currently... And I pull out the letter from the Pasha. We are currently on a quest for the Pasha. However, this is something that I could not guarantee we would be back this way anytime soon in order to pay off the difference.
She looks the letter from the Pasha over and regards it. Well, we do get travelers from Kalimport a fair amount.
I can...
Whether by sea or by caravan. I haven't had much in the way of dealings with the Pasha, but if you're carrying this letter, that means that you are doing something of great import for him.
And I
tell you what. Because you are doing business with the Pasha, I will go an even 2,000 gold.
Deal. And I give the 2,000?
And she holds her hands out, and she's like trying to take the rings off. Like her left hand is held out with fingers extended, and she's trying to take the rings off. And she's having trouble again bending her fingers because of all the rings that she has on her hands.
I assist her, of course.
Okay, so in a few scant moments, you have all of the rings off. They will require attunement. And the command words for them are the Elvish words for water breathing and water walking.
Excellent, thank you much. And as I'm leaving, I think I'm going to find a jeweler.
Okay.
More specifically, a jewelry store.
Jewelry store. Okay. You're gonna wander around for a little bit, and you will find one. Let's jump to Luke. What are you doing?
I was assuming I was drinking, but I know that Stryker and I definitely want to go buy some arrows.
Okay. Yeah, so, and that's actually perfect. Stryker, the entire time that you guys are walking around the city, she is chatting your ear off, trying to get to know you. So who are you? Where are you from? What are you doing? How long have you been a guide in the Spider Swamp? I mean, she is just asking you every conceivable question about yourself that she can think to ask.
Oh, good. I guess I answer them as best as I can.
Okay. When Stryker is back next week, and she's actually in chat right now, I see. So, when Stryker is back next week, we'll have her go ahead and ask you the actual questions. But
We'll have some bonding
did
time.
let me know. She did let me know tonight that she was going to be asking you every conceivable question she could think of. So you guys managed to go into a shop, and you find basically there's barrels of arrows that have been created with fletchings of all different colors, and like one barrel has green fletchings, one barrel has yellow fletchings, one barrel has blue, and so on. I mean, they've basically got all of these arrows sorted into these barrels. And then on the wall you see like various leather armors. Basically it would be the equivalent of like a Gander Mountain or a sporting goods store, except for like the rugged adventurer.
All right. Is there someone behind the counter?
Yes. Yeah, you've got a blonde elven man, wearing just like a leather jerkin and a pair of like suede leather pants. And he smiles and says, "Welcome to the harbor's take."
The harbor's take?
Yes.
Good day to you, sir. How much for a bundle of those blue-fletched arrows?
How many are you looking for? What are you considering a bundle?
12.
Actually, an adventure. Seven gold.
Done.
Wait a minute, did I do that conversion right?
What was the conversion?
It would be 70 copper for 12 arrows.
That would be
7 silver.
Yeah.
7 silver. Sorry. He was charging highway robbery prices.
Only
7
charging 10
silver.
times the amount.
And Luke was about to just give it.
I was assuming the DM had their math correct.
I told you, math is the bane of my existence. Math has bane plus DM.
Me too, Kalia. No worries.
So, yeah, seven silver. Pretty much any of the arrows there are at cost.
All right, and I don't know how many Stryker wants, but I'm just gonna assume that she wants to fill up her quiver or whatever it is.
Right. Let me check Skype real quick because it told me. Nope, just says arrows. So whatever would fill her quiver. Riker, put your number in chat and I'll update your character sheet. And if, in case somebody sees it before I do, please just give me a holler. And the shopkeeper looks at you. Is there anything else that I can help you find?
Nothing I can think of, but thank you very much.
No better armor? I can't interest you in finer leathers than you're currently wearing?
Well, that depends. What have you got?
Let's see. What are you currently wearing, Luke? Standard leather?
Standard leather and tabard of protection.
He points up to set of armor back behind him. That's a studded leather set. And he goes, "You would look quite fine, sir, in this studded leather here." And I mean, he's got different color patterns again, hanging on the walls, back behind him, up on racks. And he motions to one. 40 gold for any of our sets of studded leather.
And the studded leather is an improvement on the leather armor?
Yeah, it gives you 1 extra AC. Still get your full dex bonus. No stealth disadvantage.
Once my AC, I'm buying it. So did you say 40
go ahead
gold?
and make a perception check.
Oh, good. I roll so well.
Okay. You seem to remember that that most studded leather armor is going for about 45 gold in town. So he's giving you a little bit of a discount. Not much, but he is giving you a little bit of a discount.
You know what? Luke is really stupid. He's just gonna take it no matter what.
Okay. It is actually 1 better AC for you though. So just go into your main tab, click on the magnifying glass down by AC, and then just increase it by 1 in the AC tab. Let's see here, where is it? Here, in the armor section there. I've updated it for you.
Thank you, Kalia.
You're welcome. Okay. Stryker looks around and he finds a section that's like all of your camping supply needs. And in there she finds several health potions. There's a group of probably about 10 health potions there, just standard health potions. They've got there's a small sign underneath them that says health potions, 3 for 50.
Three for 50 gold.
Yes. That's a very deep discount. Typically it's 1 for 50.
Can I run like another perception check to see if like they're not good potions or something?
Roll insight. You almost had that 16.
They are so good.
Hey, Stryker, this is a really good deal. Yeah. So I mean, the 3 for 50, best deal you've seen in town.
I'll take it. Why not?
Okay. Are you taking the full 10, or are you going to be taking just 3?
Just 3.
Okay. Wrecker will buy the other 7, then. Breakers. But this way instead. I've got the DMG now. I can actually drag and drop this stuff in.
Yay!
What he said.
Player's handbook. We're in the player's handbook. Sorry, guys. I should have prepared a little bit better for a shopping trip. Shopping trips are always hard to prepare for, though.
Let's go to every single store.
Yeah, pretty much. Don't see potions within adventuring gear. Am I? Water.
So, healing potion is the only one that's listed in the
Yeah.
adventuring gear.
Potion of healing, 50 gold. All right. So, Vicar is going to those. Okay, our gold has been deducted. Just go ahead and remove the 50 gold from your inventory, Luke. I will
have.
drag the. You have already, awesome. And I will go ahead and drag healing potions into your character sheet. Oh, have them here. There we go. They're under potion of healing.
Alrighty, thank you.
You're welcome. Come back anytime.
I might have to take you up on that, depending on how things work.
Oh, I assure you, the quality is quite fine on these potions. I buy in bulk, so I get deep discounts.
Well, they look good, so here's to hope. And I don't look at me.
And you see him immediately avert his gaze. Very well. Customer is always right and all that. Yeah. I hope you have a wonderful day. And be safe out there. Still looking away, like, at his various armors and stuff.
This is all your fault.
So I missed
I
that.
love
Did Luke
being
just get
autistic
conned out of
class.
something?
No.
No.
Ash said something out of character, and Kalia took it as in character.
Ah.
Well, when the player doesn't make it clear that it's an out of character con.
Okay.
So, yeah, and you know, as you guys are finishing up, he actually helps you find the armor that fits the best for you, so that you're not getting something that's like ill-fitting. Because ill-fitting armor is worse than standard armor. Like
Is he still not
rushing to
looking
put
at
your
me?
armor on. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he's like handing you the armor and like, here, how about this one? I hope this one works. And he might look at Stryker, and the look on his face is confusion. Like, did I do something wrong? Am I, what did I do? I don't get it. I don't understand. So. But yeah, he helps you find a well-fitting armor, your color specifications and things like that. All right, Torin, what are you doing during this time?
Torin has been trying to psych himself up to get on the...
Oh, that's right. You were
On the boat.
still down by the docks.
Yeah.
As you are standing there trying to psych yourself up and get on the boat, the way I imagine it, and you can tell me differently, but I see you kind of like rocking back and forth on your heels with like your hands swinging forward, like. And now I'm gonna go. And you just back off a
It's
little
more
bit.
of like pacing back and forth, and when you see some like professional sports players kind of like not like overly slap themselves, but kind of like slapping the cheeks, going, "Okay, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this." Like some of those, and then sometimes stopping at the thing, going, "Yes, let's do it." Take like a half
All right.
step forward and go, "No, I can't do it," and then continue to pace back and forth.
Right. Okay. As you are standing there doing that, Basley and the crew are basically moving around you with crates, getting them offloaded. They're not paying you much attention, but every once in a while you catch the sidelong glances of the crew. Fasley isn't paying you any attention because you told him what was up, but the other crew are kind of looking at you a little bit funny with very brief sidelong glances.
He's not really paying attention to anything but himself mentally.
Okay. Was there anything else that you wanted to do here, or
It
want me to
was
move
more of just waiting for everybody else to get back so he could maybe finally step on there.
okay, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't skip you. Okay, back to Leonis and Quirk.
I think Quark had wanted to go to the scroll shop, so I think we're going there.
Okay, yeah, and I apologize, guys, but I saw a whole bunch of roleplay in chat, and I did not it.
Oh
It's
no,
okay.
he said that anything that I say in chat about roleplay is not important to what we are actually doing. It's more like side conversation that no one would want to hear anyway.
Exactly.
Okay, as long as I don't miss... Give me the important bits if you guys do that.
Yeah.
The only thing that would possibly need some checking is what is the name of the shop that we...
She put it in chat.
She put it in there.
So, that's all good.
Other than that, it was just like little banter.
Okay, awesome. So, yeah, you guys go through the hall. I'm sorry, through the alleyway where the stray cats were staying. And when you come around, Quirk and Leonis, they kind of do figure eights in and out of your feet and kind of rub up against you. They look like they were a little bit better fed than the last time you saw them, thanks to your generous gift of food. They, as cats do, they weren't super interested in it at first, but they did eventually eat it. And after they've, done their figure eights and circled your feet, they return back up on top of the trash cans and in around behind the trash cans and generally let you pass.
I will leave another serving of rations for them.
Okay.
I'm not going to do that, but I know Arya that this whole time is just sitting up there, it's just like staring any of them down, like too close to me. Like not being aggressive, but just protective more.
Okay. So you move through the alleyway and just on the opposite side as you come out and to your left is the scroll shop.
Look,
And
there it is.
the scroll shop is Pinette's Scrolls of Wonderment.
I'm gonna forget that, so Quirk, write that down.
Alright, let's... Here, what was that again?
Kinnet, Kinet.
Okay. Rolls of Wonderment?
Yep.
Okay. So, I'm gonna go on in.
Alright. As
will
you
follow.
walk in, there's a bell that dings overhead. It's very shiny, Quirk.
Ooh.
Very shiny.
Quibble is going to spend the rest of this time sitting there playing with the bell.
Okay. Also, I want you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Both of us?
Just Quirk.
I'm guessing there's no way I can assist that.
I don't think you want to, not for what it is.
Oh, good.
If I'm reading the language correctly.
Okay. So, you look at this bell, Quirk, and it is shinier than pretty much any bell or metal that you've seen recently. And the urge is very strong for you to want to take this bell. But you sigh a little bit, take a deep breath in, focus, and calm yourself for a second. And shake it off, and you move deeper into the store. Meanwhile, Quibble perches. There's just enough room for Quibble to perch on top of the bell, and Quibble is leaning over and just pecking it every few seconds. Ding, 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 ding. And then once it stops, he pecks it again, just enough to give it a few rings. The
Alright.
shopkeeper comes out hurriedly after hearing the bell repeatedly going off. And she looks very, very frazzled. She's got wavy gray hair, like black gray hair. And she's wearing thick glasses that magnify her eyes, and she looks around. Oh, customers, yeah, all right, customers, and she comes, kind of skipping up to the counter.
Hello.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for low-level scrolls or spells directly. And I'm able to trade in money or spells or services as long as they're quick, because I only have 2 hours.
Oh, good, good. What are you looking for?
Um, so, I am specifically looking for, you have a thunder wave, scroll?
She looks around, and she's kind of like just throwing scrolls up out of the out of their places, rummaging through them and tossing them back up and over her shoulders. And she's like, "Nope, not it, not it. Nope, nope, that's not it. Where did I put it? Oh!"
If you
And
want to
she's
actually
waving
have
her
a
hands
list,
around.
I've got a
What
list
was
if
that?
that would make it easier. Of all the stuff that I'm looking for.
Oh, that might be very, very good. Actually, and she holds her hand up, and she thinks about it. No, one at a time, and she's thunder wave, thunder wave, thunder wave, and finally she produces a scroll that's got a band around it with a big cloud and a lightning bolt on it. Here we go. She holds it out at length and squints. And she goes, yes, this is the one, and she sets it down on the counter.
Okay. I would like to check it to make sure that it is in fact the one.
Okay.
Do I need to roll anything for that, or can I just, like, open it up and read the title?
Yeah, as long as you don't say it aloud, you would be able to look at it.
Okay. Okay, is this the only one, or do you have multiple copies?
I could probably find more copies.
Okay. How much are they going for?
They are going for 32 gold apiece.
32 apiece. Okay. How many do you have?
She starts rummaging through the pile again, and she's able to produce 2 more.
I will happily take all of those.
Okay.
So, also, do you have any mage armor?
Mage armor. And she starts again. Her organization is lacking very much. So, but she turns around so that her back is behind you, and she bends over, and she starts throwing the scrolls back in your direction now, as she's rummaging through them trying to find the mage armor. And she manages to produce 5 of those scrolls.
Okay. And how much for these ones?
These are 45 gold apiece.
45 gold. Okay. So I'm also looking for shield. You have that?
Shield. She goes rummaging. Sorry, Quirk, your scroll is in another castle. So she goes rummaging through her spells again, and this time she starts tossing several scrolls aside. She's like, "Need that for later. Need that for later." And she does manage to produce 1 scroll of shield.
Okay, how much for this one?
This one is 36 gold.
Okay. So I do have a few more. Are you sure you don't want the whole list?
Where to find them one at a time?
Okay. So then I'm looking for, do you have Shatter?
Oh, with that one, she looks down. I think I sold my last copy yesterday.
Okay. How about Melf's Acid Arrow?
High or low, Quirk?
High.
No, she does not have Shatter. Melf's Acid Arrow. High or low on this one?
Oh, high.
And she does actually have that one.
Ooh.
This one is 75 gold.
Okay. Do you have Counterspell?
High or low?
High.
She does not have that one.
Dispel Magic? I'll go with low on that.
Low on that one. She does not have that one either.
Okay.
Oh, she looks at that one. She's like, fresh out. Everybody's after that one.
Okay. So, let's see.
She leans in close. Sable came in here looking for that one the other day. Don't know why, mind you, but she came in here looking for it.
Who's Sable?
Sable was the owner of the Hydra's Head. The owner and barkeep of the Hydra's Head.
Oh! Okay. Thanks for the information.
Make an insight check.
Can I make this as well?
Yeah, 'cause,
Okay.
I mean, you're standing there hearing all of this.
Yep, just not saying anything.
You rolled the same thing. Presumably she came in case they have any more incidences with haunted mirrors.
Okay.
They'll have the scroll of Dispel Magic ready to use against it.
That's a good idea.
Okay, what else you got, Quirk?
So that is all that I'm looking for. Adding
That's all
that
you're
up
looking for?
now. There's only one Melf's Acid Arrow.
Correct.
That would come to 528.
I didn't track of them, so sure.
Eh?
It's 3 gold.
I kept more count than that.
It's worth a try.
Hey, he tried.
Could we do it at straight up 500 if I use my visible servant to help you organize this place a little easier so that you can find stuff better?
Well, sure. That sounds like a grand idea. And she motions back behind the counter for you to cast your invisible servant.
Okay. I do so.
Okay. And how are you having the invisible servant organize her spells and scrolls?
So, visible servant does not require, concentration. So, I am also going to activate, detect magic. I'm
Okay.
going to separate them by school.
Okay. And then, I mean, she doesn't have like any shelves or anything set up.
Okay.
They've been like they're rolled fairly tight, and they've got like a it's basically a small strip of paper wrapped around it, and then wax sealed with the symbol on it for what the spell is.
Okay, then what I will do is pile them in piles based on school.
Okay.
Do I know how much time we have until we were supposed to be back?
Make Yeah, actually, I mean, you actually have plenty of time because this is all happening about the same time,
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we weren't
and
going
you've
too late.
taken maybe 20 minutes at this point.
Okay. Like in this shop or in both shops together?
Both shops together.
Okay.
Okay. So, I'm going to turn to Leo and be like,
So I'm probably going to be here for a little while. If you have other stuff that you need to do, you can just come back and get me.
Well, I don't know. I was thinking of going to a general shop to get some of that stuff that we found in the ruins appraised, but I don't know. I think I might just stay here. We can probably get that appraised in the town that we're going to. So we might just want to be. I don't know how long it will take.
Okay. Well, in that case, if you want, you can look through my book of spells that has stuff that you can cast.
I don't think that's how that works. That's a player comment. I mean, I can look. I don't know if it will necessarily help me or not, but
Yeah, no, these are my druid spells.
oh, okay. Good luck.
What's up for a second, Leonis? We were gonna get an oh my out of you.
Why?
It's just what it sounded like. These are my druid spells. Oh my.
Oh my. No. I looked through his spells, I guess.
so,
Right. With that, I'm actually gonna jump back to Adron.
Does it matter if we do this in the chat or not? Or it's not
If
gonna be
you
in-
decide that you want to learn any of Quirk's spells from his list,
I mean, I prepare spells anyway, so it's not like I really can. I already know all my I already have a list
Since
of
you
spells.
guys just leveled, though, if you have a spell learned that you would like to replace, I would allow you to replace, like, 1 or 2 spells.
I'm fine. I already. Whenever we took a long rest, I switched it. I'm not too worried.
Okay.
One thing about them is that they all have the ritual tag on them, so they can all be used without being prepared. Have the ritual caster part of your.
I don't know what to do about that. There's nothing I really. I don't know. Like, would I just know the ritual then? Is that how that works, or?
So the ritual is actually written in the book, and so if you wanted to copy it, you could copy the ritual. So it'll be one of the class features. If your class feature says that you can cast rituals without preparation, then you can do so as long as you spend an extra 10 minutes on casting it.
I am gonna look at that. I think it does say that. How many would I be able to get in this time, Clea?
I think it's 20 minutes per level of spell. Per spell.
Ritual casting. You can cast a druid spell as a ritual if the spell has the ritual tag and you have the spell prepared.
Okay, well that's for actually casting it, but to copy a spell, I believe it's 20 minutes per level of spell per spell. So if it's a level 2 spell, it's going to take you 40 minutes to copy that from a book into your own journal or whatever.
And then I would just be able to use that whenever I wanted, as long as I spend an extra 10 minutes on it?
Yes. Yeah, ritual spells. So if like the casting time is 1 hour, to cast a ritual spell, it would be 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Okay. I don't see anything really too much with ritual casting in my class other than what I had said before. So, yeah. I mean, maybe... Hey, look, list. Okay. Well, I guess I'll take time to learn one?
So I currently have all of the stuff that's listed under level 1, including the druid section. And yeah, we'll discuss the rest of it in that.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna do purify food and drink. Clea.
Okay.
And that's a level
and
1.
what level?
Level 1.
Okay, so then just 20 minutes for that to write it down into your journal or whatever, and then you basically know it at this point.
And I can use it
And you
whenever.
can cast it as a ritual. Yep.
Okay, cool. So we'll do that and we'll just have like RP in chat, but not important RP.
Okay.
Cool.
Alright. Adron.
Yeah, so I finally find the jewelry shop or jewelers.
Yep.
I'm looking for 2 rings. One with the elven word for family engraved on it, and one with the elven word for promise engraved on it.
Okay. The shopkeeper greets you, short, portly man. He's dressed in fine clothes. Nice shirt and pants. He's got an apron, actually like a waist belt, more so than an apron, that's got different tools hanging from it, like a tool pouch. And he he greets you. Ah, yes, welcome to Ruckenmeyer and Crohn's. How are you today?
I am well. I am looking for 2 rings. One with the elven word for family, and one with the elven word for promise engraved upon them. Would I be able to
Ah,
find that
yes,
here?
yes, though, yes, those sound very fine. What type of metal are you looking for?
Preferably gold.
Okay, okay. He walks back behind the counter and starts. He's also wearing like magnifying lenses on his glasses, and he flips those down. And by the way, I'm Roger Ruckenmeyer. Nice to meet you. And he looks down into the case and starts thumbing through several of his several of the rings, and he pulls out one and sets it down, and then looks at you and goes, I believe this is the one that says promise.
I take a look at it. And speaking Elven, I also read it, so. Does it actually say promise on it?
It does.
Excellent. I nod to him and keep my hand over it, but don't take it away, obviously. But I'm looking.
Right.
I'll go back to looking for the family one as well.
He's looking through his rings and he's like, that's interesting. I could have sworn that I had that one the other day. And then suddenly it hits him. I don't have the ring, but I do have a pendant.
I believe that would work.
He walks you over to another section of the shop where he's got it's a corner display, and there's different wooden pegs stuck into a board, and he's got various pendants hanging on it, and he goes flipping through them and finally pulls out one that's got it looks like 3 figures, kind of stylistic figures, and there's a large figure in the center, circular head, triangular kind of body, and then it looks like the arms are wrapping around, or representations of arms are wrapping around the other 2 figures that look similar, circular heads, triangular bodies, and across the front of the arms is the elven word for family.
And how much for these items?
He looks at him very carefully. For you, 50 gold.
I look at him and I give him the "do you think I'm stupid" look. These items are not magical, and a single gold piece should be enough to cover the material for the ring. I'm thinking more like 10 gold pieces and you're still making a profit.
He strokes his chin, crosses his arms, and leans back a little bit. You drive a hard bargain, friend, but very, very well. And he, basically extends his hand
I place the 10
to shake it.
I place the 10 gold pieces in his hand and, shake his hand as I do so.
Very, very nice doing business with you. I hope that your friend and family find those of excellent quality. And remember, come back and see us at Ruckenmeyer and Crohn's.
Thank you much, sir. And I leave. Making mental note that I am never shopping there again. 50 gold. Really? Really?
That was actually based on a local jewelry shop that we have here in town.
Well, yes, but it's one thing when, gold isn't quite as common as it is in Faerun, because they're using it as, straight
Currency.
money. Yeah. If it had been in, like, today's society where $50 would have covered, yeah, that perfectly fits. But I had to throw that in there. I'm sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. Alright.
And yeah, and after that I go to round everybody up to head back to the ship.
Okay. You find Quirk and Leonis a while later, probably at about the hour of the 2-hour mark. They look like they've been, you see Quirk with a fair amount of scrolls. You find Luke, are you donning your armor, your new armor, right away?
Yes.
Okay. So you find Luke in a new pair of studded leather armor. Following along with Stryker, who's still just asking him question after question after question.
Okay. This is a scene I'm probably going to have to roleplay later with Stryker. However, it's a scene that would take place in front of everyone. So I stop Stryker's incessant questions and I go, you seem to have had problems with the way I've been handling things recently, and I wanted to give you a reminder. And I pull out the pendant. You are my family. I will never leave you behind. And I put it on her. And she and I can roleplay what she says back and all that later. Because I can't see the chat
that works.
or anything, so.
Right, that's fine. I don't think she's in chat right now anyway. Haven't seen anything from her in a long time, so. Okay. And
then
Are you doing anything once you see it drawn? We've lost a Luke. Are you muted?
Oh, sorry. What was that? I wasn't paying attention. So sorry.
Adron is rounding everybody up to get back on the ship. You and Stryker are walking back after making your general store purchases. It's about an hour into the 2 hours.
I think I'll just board the ship and like look over the edge of the ship and just like stare off into the distance for a while.
Okay. Alright, when you return back, Torin, are you still trying to gather up the courage?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
I kind of want to roll my own dice because I want to kind of get used to that. It's D20 plus 6, or is it modifier or proficiency modifier 2? So it'd be plus 9.
Let me take a look at your sheet here real quick. Wisdom save it is going to be +6. Because you are proficient in it, so you get your modifier plus your
Okay.
proficiency bonus.
Gotcha. Okay. That would be a 21.
At this point, you finally feel ready enough that you can get on the ship.
Okay, when the rest of them arrive and they start like filing onto the ship, he'll follow behind. Give it like one more like slap on the face and then walk on behind him.
Okay. Okay. So Adron, you and Quirk, Striker, Leonis, Luke, you all arrive back at the ship, and you see Torin there still kind of struggling with himself a little bit, and as you guys start walking up the gangplank, you see Torin give himself one big slap finally, and then like slap himself on the chest, and he follows in behind you.
As we get up into the ship, I would like to extend a hand into him to help him on.
Torin will smile like a dragonborn possibly could and take the hand.
And I just help him gently on. Try to be as comforting as I can. We're getting some really bad background noise right now, Akiva.
Hold on a moment, sorry.
No problem.
So I just looked up the rules on copying a spell. It looks like it is 2 hours and 50 gold to copy a spell.
Oh,
It's
wow.
2 hours per spell, not 20 minutes.
I'm
Okay.
not gonna pay money. No offense.
Okay, sorry about that. It's my heater. It'll go off in just a second. But yeah, once we're all on the ship, I pull everybody together, put a hand on Torin's shoulder. I'm glad you found your courage, my friend. But I have gifts for everyone that I think will assist us in our journey.
What all did you find?
Starting with Torin, I don't know how many of each of the rings I have.
You have 2 of each.
2 of each? Okay.
Or
so-
no, I'm sorry. It's a full set for the entire party. 1 of
Okay.
each ring.
Okay.
So a set for each member of the party.
Okay, so then
what are those rings for?
I hold up the ring of water walking with the elven symbol on it. So this is the ring of water walking. Just with the activation word, and I use the elven word for water walking. This will allow you to walk on the water.
Yes, I know that. I have the spell prepared.
This way you do not have to worry about keeping. You can free up that spell slot, I guess. It
Okay.
just something that may come in handy. And then this ring is for water breathing, and I pronounce it for them so that they know the elven word for it. And I give it
Right, and I went ahead and put it into chat as water walking is the first one and water breathing is the second one. Even though it's going to show that you guys aren't proficient, that you don't understand it. But that's kind of what I want it to look like anyway, because this is actually what you're seeing on the rings.
That's another spell I already have prepared, just in case.
and another free spell slot for you, my friend.
I guess that works for me.
Torin looks over to Leonis and says, "You prepare some of the weirdest spells, man."
Well, we were going on a boat, were we not? Who knows what could happen, just in case. Water breathing and water walking, especially while on the ocean, is something that I feel like we should always be prepared for. I don't feel like that's weird. If we were on land, I would definitely not just prepare these spells out of the blue.
He shrugs and nods and goes, "Perhaps you're right."
Well, I guess I won't need to prepare these anymore, though, because, well, we have these rings now.
Thank you, Edron. Gives
I
him
take
a
the two
big
rings.
hug.
Edron chuckles as he hugs you back.
How much do we owe you for these?
It is a gift. You do not owe me anything for a gift.
I don't know if I can necessarily just take this, though.
You will either take it or I will throw you overboard halfway through the journey and you will have to walk to your destination. Take your pick.
That's debating that you could, but I guess I'll take it with you saying that.
Roll initiative.
Immediately punches the drawn. No, not actually.
At which point Adrona would sweep your legs and just roll you over the side of the ship.
No way.
The scuppers would actually prevent that, but
Yeah,
nice try.
And I'm bigger than you, so it wouldn't be
I'm
as easy.
bigger than you!
Fine, I'll just put him into a rear naked choke, knock his ass out, and just drop him.
I think. I don't
But
think you get
now we're getting sidetracked.
Yep. Yeah, I take them, and I will attune to them at next.
Yeah,
Next
short
turn.
rest is all you need to attune to them.
At the when we start, I guess we haven't started. I'll wait. Never mind.
Yeah, while the crew is finishing loading up, I go ahead and attune to mine and deliver Ariadne's rings to her.
Okay, she basically tells you just to slide them under the door, and she'll take them, when she's ready.
Yeah, and I only slide the two magic rings. I'm holding on to the promise ring for now.
Okay. She thanks you and tells you that she apologizes, but that she'll come out when she's ready.
I understand. Take your time. And I go to my own quarters to meditate.
Okay, Fazley actually stops you prior to you getting to your quarters. And he says, so is everything ready then? Adron. Everybody aboard?
Yes, we are all aboard, and we are ready whenever you and your crew are. I thank
very
you
well.
very much for your service.
Thank you. It's appreciated. But really, this is what my crew and I live for. We've never been on something quite so, clandestine, I guess would be the word. But we will be underway. And with that, he turns his head and shouts off to the crew, "Make way! Make way!" And bells start ringing on the deck of the ship. The several dock workers start unfurling the mooring lines, detaching them from the mooring stands, I guess, from the moorings, and tossing them back up onto the ship as the crew is drawing in the mooring lines, and guys are on your way to Mother of the Mists.
I guess I take my time to attune to my rings that I have. Do you have like a inventory thing for it, or should I just write it in?
I do have inventory things for it. Hold on.
Okay, take your time.
Second here. I forgot to do that while I had them up. Master's Guide, magic item. I'm gonna put them into the party inventory.
And we'll each take one?
Yep. Oh. Crap. Let me try something else. Oh. This one.
I've already added mine. At least to the inventory anyway, to like equipment and stuff.
Okay, yeah, this has weights and everything for encumbrance. It also gives you values of the rings and stuff like that.
How do you
Okay,
put it in
there
your
you go.
inventory?
Just drag and drop the dragon icon into your inventory tab.
Handy.
It's
Yeah,
nice
the
when
DM's
they
guide was actually
work.
probably one of the best purchases I made for Fantasy Grounds. I can do all kinds of really cool stuff with it.
And how long are we going to be on the water?
Almraven to Mother of Mist is quite
Wait, are we not
a ways.
stopping back at the original town or no? Sorry, I missed that part.
No. Adron explained earlier that he does not trust the Pasha's advisor, and since
Yes.
we have a good idea of where these stones are most likely, thanks to Quirk's highly intelligent research, we're just going to go there, and once we have all the stones, then we'll... If we haven't figured out where they're supposed to go by then we'll go back and wrangle that information out from the advisor.
Okay. I would just like to, after I put my rings on a tune, I would like to see if I can just prepare 2 other spells. Like, not do a full long rest, but prepare 2 other spells that aren't the 2 that I just attuned for. That would be nice.
Give me just a second here.
I don't know if you'll let me do that or not. Technically, it's not allowed. Technically, I need a long rest.
Adron, will you
But,
help me out here real quick? Can you,
What do you need?
Can you draw over the top of the marker that I made, like just right above it? Can you draw a line the same length?
Which map are we on?
Favored large.
Yeah. Oh, cool. I drew a line.
I'll use yours too, Leonis.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't... It's not letting me draw.
Here, I can make it the same length. Here we go.
That's okay, I got it. You're looking at about 1,200 miles.
Oh, cool.
And that's, I mean, that's just like straight distance. That's not taking into account the fact that you have to wrap around Fort Balurian. But I mean, you're looking at about 1,200 miles. Ship travel. You still have the rod of control winds as well. By
Actually, once Almraven is well behind us, I actually pull Leonis and Quark aside to see if they wouldn't mind also casting control weather to keep the skies clear when storms are coming upon us.
Unfortunately, I don't actually have that spell, but
Give me 1 second, please. I do not have that prepared.
Well, it does not necessarily have to be today, right this second. I mean, like, you
No,
know,
I don't even know if I have it or not. So
if you are capable of, it would be appreciated. If not, then, you know, if it's not possible, then it's not possible. It's just an idea.
what spell is that? Oh yeah, that's totally a level 8 spell.
Yes.
So the answer is no.
Let me just learn that right now.
DM says no.
A drawn.
No spell for you.
Hold on, no. I say to a John, that's a little out of my range currently. Maybe.
Alright then, it was just a thought. Again, Akiva understood this, Adron does not.
And that's why I'm trying to say, like, no. I can do my best to protect us from whatever we can, but that weather is still a little bit out of my normal day-to-day spellcasting.
Understandable. It was just a thought. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. So you guys are on your way. Calm seas. Weather is beautiful.
Do I get an answer to my question earlier? No.
I didn't see the question.
Oh, I just asked, am I allowed to spend this, like, first part, like, no matter how many long hours it is, just to change my 2 currently prepared spells out of water breathing out and out of water walk? Because I don't need them. I know that technically requires a long rest. I was just seeing if you would let me or not.
Again, it is a long rest.
That's fine.
Not have those spells memorized for the day.
No, I would spend time just preparing them, but that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, you would do it in the morning when you wake up.
That's fine.
So the weather is beautiful as you're traveling. Let me pull up the Faerun large map again.
Yeah, just tell me when we take a nap so I can change them.
Alright, so you guys travel pretty much along the coast of Kalimshan here. Go through this strait out into open sea. And then you continue along this path. Doing the wrong button.
Okay. How long do we actually have travel?
What do you mean?
Well, like, would I be able to start trying to learn some of those spells this time, or?
You guys, basically, you are probably going to be sailing for the better part of a month, if not longer than that.
Okay.
I have not found average travel for seafaring vessels.
So I'm just gonna change my spells.
Let me take a look real quick at vessels, because there is a waterborne vehicles. That's all. Okay, I take that back. So, you guys would get there in about 20 days.
Okay.
All right.
So, what would you guys be doing during this 20 days?
Trying not to vomit all over the deck.
Gosh.
Resting.
Oh. Somebody else go.
Torin, give me 4 constitution checks in the tower, or if you want to roll your physical dice, you may do so. Those are going to be saving throws.
Okay.
And then just tell me privately what the results are.
Should I do it on TeamSpeak or Skype?
Just let me know where you post it. Doesn't matter to me where you do it.
Okay.
Just let me know where. Okay, Adron, you were about to say something.
During the 20 days, I'm just spending time with Stryker, spending time with Ari. Just palling around, really.
Okay.
That's assuming Ari ever actually comes out of her room.
She would during this 20 days. She would come out of her room. Probably within like the first couple of days, maybe 3-4 days. She does finally come out of her room, and she makes brief appearances to get food and water. But as soon as she gets her food and water, she returns right back to her room during that first couple days.
Yeah. I'm not crowding her, or I just want to be clear, I'm not crowding her or anything. I'm just, as we're out on deck or whatever, just striking up conversation and such.
Okay.
And
I got your
so bad.
got your results, Torin. And just for the sake of time dilation, the first week is rough, Torin. Rough.
You're not joking.
Even though you are a blue dragonborn, you're nearly matching Leonis's shade of green.
Oh, good. And I'm a dark green.
It was bad, guys. It was so bad.
Well, what I was going to do had partially to do with Torin, so...
Oh, okay. So go ahead before I reveal the rest of this.
Yeah. When I see that he's starting to really, really not take being on the ship well. I go over to him when I can, and he looks well enough to be able to hold a conversation. And I go, "You really don't seem to do well on boats, do you?"
He gags and then tries to look at Leonis. Not really, no. I told you guys no.
Well, is it the food? Like, is it trying to hold food down, or is it just overall seasickness, or?
It's the rocking of the ship. I am not used to that. It might be the combination of the smell as well. I don't know, but it's bad.
Well, I wish I knew how to calm the rocking. However, I can give you these, and I cast Good Berry in my hand. And I get 10 berries that I can use. They can eat a berry, and they have nourishment for the entire day. Just so he,
Right.
And these are for him, just so he still feels refreshed enough. Like, if he can eat one and keep it down enough that he can still not, like, feel completely famished.
Okay, so I'm going to remind you guys, because Akiva had actually, you messaged Jeremy Crawford directly, didn't you?
Yes. So, talking with Jeremy Crawford, the question had come up, how many good berries can a person eat in a single round? And it's only one, because they
Yes.
are about the size of, grapefruits.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
I think he said like an orange or grapefruit. So I just want to make sure that you guys have the picture in your head that these things are not like blueberry size. They're
That's what I
not
thought
grape
they
size.
were.
They're not
Yeah.
blueberry size, which is what most people think of. They think that you're casting a little handful of like blueberries.
How am
That's
I
not the
supposed to-
case.
How am I supposed to cast, like, and hold 10 different ones in my hand? Because it said I
You're-
can hold up to...
Essentially, you're casting it either at your feet, in your lap, or in a pile.
Well, I'm gonna give him one. I'm gonna summon one good berry in my hand because I can hold it.
Well, I mean, when you cast it, it casts the entire amount. But you could have a satchel at your side that you cast into the satchel.
Not necessarily. It says up to 10 berries, so therefore I
Oh,
can
up
control
to-
how many.
Okay, that's fine then. That's fine.
So I'm gonna give him one, and like get one in my hand and say, whenever we used to see people sick while we were at our tribe, they would eat these as much as they could and try to hold down as much as they could to feel as well nourished as possible to get better. While I'm not necessarily sure if the getting better part will happen, I want you to be as nourished as possible while still being on here.
I PM'd you something, Kalia.
Okay. I heard the ding. It didn't register though.
Does Torn say anything to that or no?
Kind of.
Bear with me, guys. TeamSpeak is being stupid. I can't
Yeah.
find my actual client now.
I sent
there we
her
go.
something. So
Are you about to puke on me?
Make a dexterity save,
I
Leonis.
want to curse.
Should I roll something? Like, not to, like, do
Nope.
it on purpose? Okay.
Nope.
Come on. He should be able to try to get it out of the way. Unless he purposely wants to barf on me.
I wasn't gonna do that. That's why I was saying, like, if I roll a dexterity save to see if I can, like, turn my head before
I know,
it
that's
comes
why
out.
that's what I was asking as well.
The dexterity check, Leonis, is basically your perception and reaction to seeing Torin very obviously beginning to get sick in front of you.
Well,
That's
do I get
what your dex save is.
Can I add my perception bonus instead? It's better.
Here, I did not.
It would be a 15 if it was perception.
I'll give you advantage.
On the dexterity save?
Yes.
Okay, rolling another one then. It's not gonna go well. Nope.
It's because you said it's not going to go well.
I
have to
know.
talk positively to your dice, Leonis. Talk positively to the dice.
Nah.
Then you, my friend, have been weak.
You kind of cut out. You said, "You, my friend, are weak," and then it
Yeah,
cut out.
that's
Have
all I
been
heard.
weakened.
That's all I heard. Oh. So I'm guessing he gets on me.
You are able to just barely get out of the way, although some bile does actually splash onto your armor.
Oh.
Not a large amount.
I'm guessing you wouldn't be able to eat this. Well,
Torin just kind of like looks at the ground, and you can like see he's like wobbling a little bit, trying to maintain balance.
I go over from behind him, and I just try to hold him steady. Stay with me, Torin. Maybe we should get you to sit down. Maybe I can find you a bucket, and hopefully we can get through this.
I've gone through 4 buckets already. I don't think the captain likes me anymore.
Well, we'll get you another one. Whether he likes you or not, it shouldn't be. This is not good.
Alright. So,
Uh,
the first week continues much this same way. I mean, the entire first week continues much this same way. The second week, there is some minor improvement. But not much. The week after that, there is still more minor improvement. And then finally, this final week of travel, Torin looks a lot better. A lot better.
Glad to see you have gotten your sea legs.
I don't know so much about sea legs, but I feel like I've tried to put it out of my head, and it seems to kind of work. I don't know what type of reaction I'll have when we actually make land, but it's better than it was.
Well, just focus on the horizon. Ignore the movements. It helps.
Yay!
Okay. It is.
There is
I mean,
more
it
that
has
I
been.
wanted to do if I could.
Oh, go ahead.
Spending time. I don't know what Quirk wanted to do, but I would like to spend time with Quirk, going over his magic, the spells that we had been talking about, and seeing seeing what he wanted to know, like that I can help him with. Like when I'm not with when I'm not like helping Torin as much as I could, I'm going to be probably with Quirk.
Okay.
So, first thing I was going to do is try to learn all the spells. I have to do an Arcana check on each of them in order to get them copied.
Okay. Does it give you the DC for the Arcana check?
Yes, it is 10 plus the level.
Okay. So go ahead and
So I
you
already
have
did-
all of those DCs.
Yes, I already did one for the Thunder Wave earlier.
Okay, that was the 12.
Yes.
Okay. And did that pass or fail?
That passed.
Okay.
DC should be 11.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so go ahead and give me the next ones. We'll just go ahead and take care of all of these right now.
Alright, so that will... two Mage Armors. So, I have 4 more chances of that.
Okay, go ahead and roll the next one for that same.
And that will do it.
Okay. So the first time you try copying it in, the boat hits a particularly large wave, which sends the boat lurching, and your quill just goes like running right up the top of the page, and you look down and realize that all of the hard work that you had been putting into copying this spell over into your book and learning it was just basically undone in that instant. But you sit back down again the next day and you start copying from that scroll again. And finally, this time you manage to get the spell copied completely, accurately, and without any incident. And once you do that, you see the scroll itself and the text on the scroll itself it flashes bright white and yellow. In like a quick flash, the letters all just flash and they disappear, and then you see the same yellow and white flash kind of appear in your spell book, and then they slowly fade, but you still see your ink words written there.
Perfect.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, that's awesome, Quirk. Good job.
So now, Scroll of Shield, I only get 1.
Pretty much you have to roll really badly.
Very nice.
Great.
So that
And
one
then-
you write in really quick and accurately.
And the Elf's Acid Arrow also.
Okay.
Alright. And that is all of
Awesome. So you still have 2 scrolls of mage armor left, right? Or 3?
I have 3 of Mage Armor and
You cut out at the very end.
I have 3 of Mage Armor and 2 of...
You're
Kinda
In
cutting
the
out
same
again.
spot.
3
Just say
Mage
the last
Armor,
part.
2 Thunderwave.
Got it. Thank you.
Can I ask what would have happened if he crit? Would it have just had the same effect as any other pass?
I would have allowed something special on it.
Okay, I was just curious.
Even though he probably wouldn't be able, I would have allowed like one level higher on casting, or rolling with advantage on it, or something like that. I'll find something fun for it if it happens in the future. Okay, so what else are you guys doing?
If Cork had anything for me, I was just gonna be looking through whatever we were pretty much talking about back at the shop. So it apparently costs gold for me. How exactly does that work, if I can ask?
So-
With the whole thing.
So the gold that you actually spend is resources that you're using to practice the spell until you've mastered it.
Am I able to do that? I'm
It
not
is a
necess-
druid spell.
Yeah. From what I read with rituals, I still have to have it prepared for me to cast it. It just takes 10 minutes longer, and I don't use a spell slot.
Oh. So then yours is the opposite way to mine, which is where I can cast it without being prepared, it still takes a spell slot.
I think so.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, that's why I was really confused about earlier. I'm like, I don't think these help me. Because I can just learn all of the druid spells I need to. Like, when I'm preparing.
Okay. Then
Let me take a look at that, to be honest, real quick. Because that does not sound accurate.
Well, like, out of all the druid spells I have, I can pick from all of them, but I can only prepare a certain amount.
Right.
And each long rest I do, I get to prepare different ones. I'm sorry if I phrased that badly, but that's what I meant.
No, I understand what you're talking about, but let me take a look at this real quick. Use a number of druid spells equal to your wisdom mod plus druid level.
Yes.
So that is the number that you can prepare from the entire druid list at that level.
Correct. And then you can change your list of prepared spells when you finish a long rest.
Right.
So
And then-
I have access to all of druid spells, just not all at once. It just depends on when I prepare them.
Right,
It's the
which
same
would
thing-
usually be in the morning, or if it's prior to you going to bed, whatever time, it just needs to happen at the same time every day.
Yeah, well, not same time every day, just after a long rest. If I'm sleeping normally during the night, then yes, it would happen in the morning.
Okay, that's a better way to put it. I usually just
How does your ritual caster ability?
From what I understand with ritual casting,
you can cast a druid spell as a ritual if that spell has the ritual tag and you have the spell prepared. To cast a spell as a ritual, you must add 10 minutes to the spell's casting time as normal. That is what the rule says. So
yes.
you have to have the spell prepared. If it has the ritual tag, you can cast it as a ritual. Adding the 10 minutes, it does not take a spell slot.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not the same kind of rituals that you do. I think it's the same with clerics as well. All the spell preparing and whatnot is the same. And rituals.
Okay. So we have very different abilities that are named the same.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes, is what we just figured out, because, yeah.
Okay.
So, we're all good.
Alright, so then
Quirk and I
What
spent this
happens
entire
then-
time figuring this out.
So then what happens if you don't have it prepared, but you read it from my book that actually has the spell laid out?
I don't think I can cast.
He can't cast it that way. It comes down to a matter of where the magic comes from. With the wizards and sorcerers are affecting the weave directly. With druids and clerics, they are getting it.
It's memorized.
They're getting it through nature for druids and through their deity for clerics. They're not
Correct.
holding that energy the way that
It's
sorcerer or wizard
memorized
would.
and it's divinely inspired, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
Divinely is a strong word for druids, but yes.
Well, I
The
mean,
ones that I have
your
the
nature,
spell
your
list.
magic is divine magic. So
Yeah.
I say divinely inspired, not through a deity. Nature is your deity,
Yep.
basically. But
Yeah.
So-
but it is divine magic.
So
But I
I've
can. Oh, sorry.
also got this.
Whatever this is.
Are you?
Where
so
are you sending
ritual
me?
caster feat. I put it into the chat. I don't know. If
Got it.
I can't open it.
You actually have to search for it through the PHB.
Okay.
So I've learned a number of spells that I can cast as ritual that are written in a ritual book, which you must have on hand while casting one of them. When you choose this feat, you acquire a ritual book holding 2 first-level spells of your choice. And I have to choose a class, and I chose Druid. I can choose spells from that spell list, and they must have the ritual tag.
So okay, I'm gonna stop you right here, Quark,
Okay.
because at this point, basically, what you have to have this spell book with you in order to cast the druid spells.
Yes.
That's essentially acting as you have this spell prepared.
Okay. So then
That's
would it
the way I'm
count?
reading it, and that's the way.
And it wouldn't
That's how
count
I'm
as
interpreting it.
prepared for him, right?
It's
No,
it's counting
there's-
as
no.
prepared for you. It is not counting as prepared for Leonis.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't have the feat myself. You have the feat.
Okay.
So, I just have my own that I prepared.
Okay. Now that I understand how all this is working,
Yes. Now that we're done with that quibble,
We spent the entire 4 weeks figuring this all out, and why I can't work this out.
and you've even
Well-
tried it, Leonis. He's held the book in front of you, and you've tried it. And every time you've tried it, you just feel so uninspired that the magic just doesn't happen.
Pretty much. That's what I was imagining happening on this trip.
would you be able to teach me the spells then?
I don't think so, Quark. The way I gain the spells I know are through nature themselves. The world around me helps inspire me for this. Unless you were willing to train as a druid, I'm not sure that I can just pass them on. I don't have the necessary knowledge to actually write down these spells for you.
Then you're not able to make druid scrolls?
I personally am not. No.
Then how do druids make scrolls?
I personally have never seen a druid from my tribe make a scroll before. That's a very good question, actually.
Am I able to make scrolls of druid spells?
Possibly.
You would be able to transcribe from your book onto a piece of parchment, similar to copying a spell. It would take you the 2 hours per level, and the money cost to do so.
Could I then imbue it into an actual scroll so that someone else could read it and use it?
Yes.
So if you're asking about the mechanics of that, when you're creating a scroll, you are literally casting that spell into the scroll, and then the scroll activates the spell.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's still costing you material components. It's still costing you the gold to do so. And you have to expend the spell.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Would I be able to make a? Well, okay. How much of the time have we spent, and should we just move on to other people now?
I'm doing a wibbly wobbly timey wimey thing.
Okay.
We're kind of floating in and out of this 20 days.
Okay.
You guys have 20 days to play with. When you have said we have done all that we want to do in this 20 days, I am going to give you guys the next encounter, basically.
Okay.
Well, I would say that it probably took us at least 10, maybe 12 days to figure out why I couldn't cast your stuff. So you wouldn't have... Because we would be messing with that for a while.
Well, actually, if I were to make it into a scroll, then he would be able to cast it because...
Yeah, but we would be checking at first why I wouldn't be able to cast from a book, though.
Yes.
So we have to take that into account, plus...
Well, here's a question as far as background goes. Has Quirk created scrolls in his home plane in the past?
Well, I would imagine he would have made arcane scrolls.
Well, yes, but then you would understand that you are literally casting the spell, and the scroll is activating the previously cast
Right.
spell.
The scroll is basically capturing the spell and the magical energy. And then when it is read, it reactivates that magical energy and releases it out into the plane.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So-
Okay. Can I create a scroll of detect magic, but the druid version?
Detect magic has the ritual tag on it.
Yes, and it's on
Then
both
yes.
scroll lists, or both spell lists. Okay. So what do I roll for that crafting?
Adron, you're a little bit more well versed in this than I am.
So the way I have normally run it, because you are actively casting the spell, it's just a delayed version. This would be a luck type roll to see if the ship hits a wave or something, because it's a spell that you've cast before. You have the experience behind the casting of the spell.
Okay.
So go ahead and make your I guess use your spell attack bonus and such.
Okay.
So add your spell casting bonus to this d20 plus spell casting bonus.
Okay, so that's... they didn't have that separate on the sheet. So, it is intelligence that is my modifier. Do I add my proficiency to that?
Spellcasting bonus is 8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier, which you said was intelligence, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 8 plus your intelligence mod plus proficiency.
Okay. I didn't add the 6 to it. So...
You can do the modifier in the bottom left. Just put a 6 there, and then you can just roll normally, and it'll do that.
Yeah, I put it in there, but then it didn't actually add it for.
I've always
So-
found that I've had to do a +6 rather
Yeah,
than
it's
just 6. I don't know.
got +6 in there.
Worked for me.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm still gonna
So-
take your first roll.
yeah.
Quirk.
So
So it's just a +6 on top of that.
Yeah.
Let's see, the
Uh,
12,
14.
so 14. And what is the detect magic? What level scroll are you trying to create?
Detect magic is level 1.
And you're just doing it at level 1, you're not trying to create it at a higher level?
Nope.
Then I am going to say that you have successfully created this scroll.
Cool. I now have a druid scroll of detect magic. Okay. How much was expended in materials for that?
It's basically the same as if you were transcribing it.
Okay, so then it's
50 plus the time expenditure.
okay. Cool. Then I'm good to hand over to anyone else.
I think we're ready to land because the people that I normally interact with aren't here.
Not at all.
Let's see here.
Seems like
Sorry, I'm
Striker's
typing something
assets.
into. Actually, I'm not going to type this. I'm just going to say it out loud. Tempest, looking at your question, about is the magic activating or is it releasing? It's kind of a combination of both because when you, and the way that the player's handbook describes it, and using scrolls, you cast the spell into the parchment or whatever material it is that you're using for your scroll. The scroll then stores that magical energy, and when somebody reads it, it reactivates that magic and sends it out into the world, at which point all of the words on the scroll vanish because that magic has been used up. I hope that helps. But it talks about that in the player's handbook. So anyway, it is the evening of the 18th day, and the crew, as has become commonplace, you guys have gotten to know their routine. They've had supper. There's been the changing of shifts, and there's been some merriment on the deck. Several of the crew have instruments with them, and they play sea shanties and jigs and stuff up on the deck. And those of you that would like to are welcome to dance and frolic. Off in the distance, though, you hear several loud sounds that sound to most of your ears like thunder. Go ahead and give me perception checks.
Seven.
That is not supposed to have a +6 to it for me. I have a 14. I was fooling
Okay.
around and I forgot to get rid of it.
It's okay.
Hey!
Wow, Quirk, I'm showing up everybody.
Now that +8 should only be a +2. It finally got the 6.
Quirk and I did the same exact thing, only he did a lot better than I did.
Okay, so still a natural 20, and a drawn and Quirk. You both know that this is not thunder. Quirk, you probably would be familiar with it as a type of siege weapon. Since the astral plane and the nine hells are at odds a fair amount, you would probably recognize this as a siege weapon, more specifically a cannon. And off in the distance, you guys are seeing flashes of light back and forth. And as you see the flashes of light on the horizon, you can actually make out sails in the distance. Seeing and hearing this, there's actually bells that start going off on the deck, and Fazley starts, yelling at the crew. They throw their their instruments down onto the ground, and suddenly the deck becomes a flash of activity. You've got crewmen climbing up into the crow's nest. Sails are unfurling, and you hadn't really noticed it before, but on the lower decks, just below the railings of the ship, you see metal cannons begin to push out on, at even spacing along the sides of the ship. Fazley finds you on the deck, Adron, and says, "I don't know how much you know about sea travel, friend, but there's some trouble up ahead. I'm not sure what we're in for, but that is cannon fire."
Ah, so that's what those tubes are called. Okay.
Very dangerous and very deadly. We only use ours if we absolutely have to. Unfortunately, we're not close enough to see the nature of who's firing upon whom and who we should ally with. But we will give our aid where it's needed.
I turn to Stryker and I tell her to head back down to Ari's room and hunker down with her.
Okay.
I shout out to the rest of our crew. General Zaire, prepare for battle.
When you figure out which one's the bad guy, can you tell me?
Are you asking Fazley directly?
Yes.
He nods. I will try, depending on how this chaos goes. And where before he's been very confident, you notice that there's just a slight hint of worry in his voice.
Do you want me to spur the ship on with control wind?
It would be appreciated if there's any chance that we can save whoever is being attacked here. Then let us do our best to do so.
Another option is that I could try to separate them. I don't know how far we are, but I might be able to push them apart with wind on their sails.
Being that we don't know who is who at this distance, I don't know that would work.
Okay.
I climb up the rigging into the crow's nest and pull my short bow.
Okay.
I climb up the rigging, not into the crow's nest, but just like hanging on.
Okay.
Torin stands.
So you're doing like you're doing a will what was his
Pirates
last
of
name?
the
That's
Caribbean.
basically what I'm doing. Yeah, Will
Yeah,
Turner.
okay. Turner, thank you.
Torin stands in the closest he can get to the middle of the boat, pulls out his mace, and says, "Oh man, I was just about to get better too."
Quirk, what are you planning on doing?
Well, if we can figure out which one's the bad guy, then I can just burn their ship to cinders.
Please be careful with that. We never know what will happen. I know you have this wand of wind, but if we can, let's try not to kill everybody.
Well, if I light their ship on fire and then we say, hey, you can burn to death, drown to death, or come over here and surrender, I think that's a good option.
Well, let's hope that it doesn't come to that then. But if it does,
I mean,
be
is there
careful.
enough room on the ship to harbor them if they end up being peaceful?
I don't know.
I mean, they're shooting at each other over there, so someone's probably a bad guy. If we can, not kill them, then either we have to capture them here or have them on the other ship as prisoners.
Let's see. Let's see what happens before we make any decision, okay?
Okay.
Alright. You guys start getting closer to the... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I shout down to Quirk. Shift the winds so that we give them a very wide berth.
Okay.
And I nod to Fazli for him explaining what that actually means too.
Alright. Yeah, and I mean, he does. He's breaking things down for you, but he's also... He's up on the... can't actually remember what it's called, but he's on the... I guess the helm, really, is what it is.
Yes, that is the correct term. He's at the helm of the ship.
Right. And, he's, giving the, he's giving the, orders to his crew to trim in sails and rudder this way, rudder that way, prepare the boarding lines, prepare the gangplanks. I mean, he's preparing for a full board if necessary. Also, the cannons. You hear the bosun from down below. Cannons ready, Captain! And he yells back, "Aye, aye!" And everything is basically a flurry of activity. As you guys start getting closer, you can make out the sails now in the darkness. One is it's a flat black, but painted onto it is a raven with spread wings, and clutched in its talons is like a long like incisor almost, or like a long canine tooth. The other one is red sails, and they have just a flat black cross, like a gothic cross on their sails. And you can hear shouting now coming back between both ships. And you hear Fazli. Fazli looks at you, Adron, and he goes, "My God, it's the Raven's Tooth." And it's the Thayans. What the hell are they doing out here?
Yeah, considering my background, I would probably recognize the Thayan flag.
So, Fazley looks down for just a second. He's like, "What a mess we've gotten ourselves into here."
I yell down to Quark. Quark, you see the ship with the flag with the cross on it?
Yeah?
Sink it.
Okay.
No survivors.
Okay.
So on the way in, I was wanting to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay, that's fair.
So how far are we from that ship?
I also shout out.
Uh,
I also shout out. Look out for wizards.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. What distance are you guys from that ship? Cannon range, we're gonna say, is probably 600 feet.
There's no map for this, is there?
There is no map for this. This is all theater of the mind.
Okay. Okay. Just wanted to know.
But you are
So-
600 feet and closing rapidly.
Okay. Okay, so they're still out of my range.
With this, you hear Fazley, yells, "Broadsides!" And the entire left side of the ship, just one after the other, boom, 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 launches at the Thayan vessel. And here. Got that boom, 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 that boom, boom,
That's what I got in
boom.
my head.
Which is probably what the Ravens 2 crew are singing right about now. They're actually singing the lyrics, though. We got that boom pow swagger and all that stuff. 3 shots actually land and rip through the hull of the Thayan vessel. Several of the shots go wide, just glancing off of like the masts and the sails, creating small tears, but nothing significant. And Fazley tries to maneuver the ship so that you guys can stay broadsides to them while keeping its nose pointed at you.
So we don't need to really accelerate anymore, right?
Not really, no.
Okay, so I'm going to shift the control wind so that it is blowing. Do you guys want something that would look really cool or something that would really effective at protecting us?
Do whatever Quark would do.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
After
Yeah.
that, it's whatever.
All right, so I'd like to move the 100-foot cube out beside the ship so that it is blowing upward, sucking the water up with negative pressure.
Okay. So it is pulling water up, like trying to create a water spout?
Basically.
Okay. I want to do this.
If nothing else, it would obscure the ship.
And Quirk, that's your answer to your question. Okay.
So I
So
let our broadside go, and then I pull up a wall of water.
Okay.
Basically.
okay, that works. Fazli, as soon as he sees the wall of water come up, are you casting it closer? Are you making it go closer to the Thayans and the Raven's Tooth, or are you casting it closer to Fazli's ship?
So I'm going to put it about 50 feet off our hull.
Okay. So the Thayans very quickly, as soon as your wall of water comes up, you see it just rip in half and dissipate. The Thayans, after dissipating the wall, fire a volley of cannons at the Raven's Tooth. Only one manages to hit. Only one manages to hit. It lands right amidship on deck, and you see a couple of people go diving out of the way, scrambling to avoid it. What is everybody doing at this point in time?
Are we at arrow range?
Do I have anything ranged?
Torn
Yes.
can't do anything unless you're within like 120 feet.
Yeah,
so.
I'm the same way.
You guys are rapidly approaching that, if not already there.
If a Dron had a short bow or a long bow, I'd say he's in range. But a short bow, you have 300. I think is the max of a short bow.
320.
320. So yeah, you're probably in range. I think at this point, but that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are in range for your ranged abilities. They're not anywhere close to docking yet. And seeing that it's the Thayans, Fazli is like waving off the boarding party. And he's trying to team up with the other ship now to just take the Thayans out.
All right, I'm
Okay.
I am going for
quick-
whoever it looks like is the highest ranking on the Thayan ship.
Okay.
Can I make a quick question?
Sure.
Would the typical person from Faerun know about Thayans, or is that just
Oh,
one
yes.
of Akiva's? Okay, please
Oh, yes.
tell me what they are.
Okay, so Thay is a country on the eastern side of Faerun. They are known for the wizards that hold power, the Red Wizards. They are inherently evil. The backstory behind Adran is that his temple is one of the groups that try to keep the Thayans in Thay. So Adran has a natural hatred for them.
Would Torin know all this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the Thayans pretty much anywhere you go within Faerun, except for Thay, are met with hatred.
Okay, cool. So I would know this as
Awesome.
well from my background as well, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, especially since you came from the Dale Lands, rather. The Dale Lands were not too far from Thay.
Yep.
All right, this is good to know.
So, did they have their cannon shutters below decks?
I'm not sure what you're asking. Sorry.
They Are the cannons sitting on the top deck, or are they on a cannon deck?
They are on a cannon deck.
So yeah,
Okay.
they're below deck.
And their shutters are
Similar
open?
to Fazli's ship.
So the shutters are open, right?
Yes, but they've been firing.
Okay. Are we within 150 feet?
Well, as soon as we
Sure,
hit the
by this
320,
point, sure.
Before we get to 150, I would have been firing, just as soon as they were within arrow range of 320.
Right. And this is the folly of no initiative, but we're gonna make it work. I'm masterfully pulling puppet strings here to make this work. So.
And I'm can't do anything with it.
Okay, so Adron, go ahead and make your attacks. Anybody else that wants to make attacks, we'll go ahead and some jump cutting here.
For some
question
reason, it still has
for-
me at disadvantage for my attacks.
That's probably an effect that has been applied to you. Let me change that. Question for
I-
Kimmy: are we hosting Geek and Sundry tonight, or are we playing on?
Oh crap! Yeah, because it is 10 till.
It's 5 till.
They're doing some sort of robotic thing. It's got nothing to do with Critical Role, so I don't really think they would be hosting.
Well, that's why I'm asking Kimmy. He's the boss. Facts. Yep, you're still showing as grappled and restrained. Thank you, Adron.
Wow, that chain demon's still here, and we never noticed him. Man.
I thought it was just an
Kimmy says,
interesting
"Play
person.
on, crew. Play on."
Okay.
Thank you, Ivy.
So, would I be in range for my guiding bolt then?
Guiding bolt's 120.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Awesome.
So your attacks hit, Adron.
Excellent.
That's 24 to hit.
That's gonna hit. And whoever has the next attack after this, attacking that target, has advantage.
46 damage coming
I'm gonna
up.
throw that out there right now so I don't forget.
2 ones. It's 11, 12, 13.
Okay. And Adron, you said you were attacking the highest ranking?
Yes.
Okay. Give me just a second here. I'm gonna actually throw some stuff into the combat tracker. And we might as well go ahead and roll initiative at this point, even though we're still playing it pretty loose.
Roll initiative? Are you gonna do that or
Yeah, go ahead and roll initiative. You can.
Yeah, 6.
I rolled well. Oh my god.
Ouch, people.
Quirk didn't. Still, even with a natural 1, still only 1 less than me.
Adron, how much damage did you do?
I did 8 points of damage.
Oh. Points. Oh. And, Torin, what was yours?
My damage?
Yeah.
13.
Thank you. Alright, so both of those have been noted. And we're gonna start right in the middle of the initiative here, cause...
My initiative, by the way, because I didn't say it, is 11.
11, got it. Which is amazing, because you would have technically gone right before Adron. So, alright, Leonis.
I'm up?
Yep.
Okay. How are they spread out throughout the deck of the ship? Is what I need to know.
I mean, there's a couple standing on the deck of the ship, and you can see them, like, starting to wave their hands, and, I mean, they've got, like, staves. in their hands. You can see them doing their somatic components. You can't really hear them yet, but
Yeah.
you've got them just kind of scattered across the deck, and they're like casting.
Are there any that? How close are the? Like, where are the closest two together? Like, are there any that are within 10 feet of each other?
The closest two would probably be at the helm of the ship.
Are they within 10 feet of each other?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I know what's coming.
Actually, I don't think you do. I'm going to cast Call Lightning on the spot right in between them.
Okay. I was wrong. Well played.
I thought you were. I was not going to cast Moonbeam. I'm going to cast Call Lightning right in between them, which works in the way that...
Okay,
yeah,
so
one action,
stand by
cool.
real quick for me here, Leonis. I'm going to do a thing. Oops.
Okay.
That's not the thing I was trying to do. There you go.
Okay, cool. I didn't know which two I was targeting. So, Call Lightning. And I'm going to use it at 3rd level because that's all I have. I'm guessing there aren't stormy conditions out right now, are there?
Not currently.
Darn.
It is starting to pick up in this area, though. These are starting to get a little bit more choppy. And you've also noticed in the distance that there is mist, like, covering the area. The vision is pretty well obscured as the closer that you've been getting to this island. Right now, you're still far enough away that you're outside of that obscuring mist.
Okay. So I'm just gonna Call Lightning and then put it right in between them. Each creature within 5 feet of the thing, which means that they should both be affected, makes a dexterity saving throw.
Dex saving throw. What's DC on it?
I'm pretty sure it's 14.
Is there actually an attack for it, Leonis?
No, there's
for that
not.
Call Lightning?
No, it's not. It's a dex saving throw. That is my spell DC.
That's
Spell
really
DC...
weird.
Wait, why?
Oh, I'm just because normally if there's a way to actually cast the spell
No,
for the
I am
damaging
not-
effects and everything, it automatically rolls the dex save for them. So okay,
I never cast help. I could cast it. There we go.
there, yeah, it actually rolled their saving throws. So one of them saved, one of them failed.
Did the damage go through already?
No.
Okay, so I can roll damage then.
Yes.
That was a good roll.
And yes,
Very
it applied
nice.
it applied them correctly as well because they should have started out the same. One is heavy, one's moderate.
Yep. Yeah, and it one of them did take half damage because I'm looking at the actual numbers here. So perfect.
Also, did he actually have to do like ranged spell attacks, or was that just
No,
cast
it's not.
and take damage?
It's not a ranged spell attack. It's cast and take damage.
Right.
Okay,
Right. And yeah.
Because I was thinking of like advantage, but you can't really have advantage on
Correct.
that type of thing. So
So right, the next physical attack that's going to happen from your crew, whoever it is going to get advantage.
okay.
So
And then,
you guys see clouds actually forming overhead, above the Thayan ship, and it's a bolt of lightning just strikes down right onto the helm between what would presumably be like the first officer and like the next, like the bosun probably, strikes right down between the two of them, and the clap of thunder that follows sends the one reeling, and he basically hits the railing and crumples over, and he looks wounded. The other one manages to see the clouds forming overhead, and being that he's a trained wizard, he dodges out of the way just as the lightning strikes him, but the thunderclap still shakes him visibly. All right, what else were you going to do, Leonis?
The only thing is, my clouds stay over top.
Okay.
So I will be able to cast down another lightning bolt with no use of a spell slot next turn.
There's a radius on those clouds, isn't it? Like 600 feet or something. It's a huge
60-foot radius.
60-foot radius. Okay. So yeah, that is sufficiently large to cover the ship.
Yep.
All right. That would be Quirk.
Okay. Also, Quibble didn't end up on there.
Always forget about Quibble.
So
Striker
hold on.
wound up on
Before-
there, and she's
before
down
me.
below decks.
He's got
Yeah,
a 9.
it's because the combat tracker. I tend to keep the party all on the combat tracker. So let's see. What was Quibble's initiative? Oh, you can't roll it. Where did Quibble
No,
is a
it's there.
friendly?
Dex check. 9.
Okay, yeah, there it is. 14.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, Quirk.
Okay. So what range are we at this point?
Right now, you guys are within about 120 feet and holding.
120. Okay. The action I would actually like to take is to attempt stealth, flying down behind our ship and preparing to come out around it,
Okay.
low to the water.
Okay.
So I have a right. Would I? Yeah, no, that's my action. So I've only got the 50 feet light. So I'm
Correct.
going to, basically coming around the front of our ship, staying close to the water, try to move 50 feet out.
Okay.
Yes.
Sounds good. All right. Striker, you said is below decks. All right. The archmage, a very tall, thin man, bald, with a full goatee, and he's got tattoos on his head, on his neck, on his arms. He asked. He sorry guys. There we go. Alright, sorry about that. To figure out why that wasn't working. So he is going to cast. All right. You see the Archmage raise his hand like straight up, and then he draws it down, and you see him draw a line with his hand from the right side of the ship to the left, or starboard to port, if you prefer. Oh no. He creates a wall of force, and as Fazli's ship is traveling, basically the ship hits this wall of force and lurches. Everybody make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Sorry, I just got back. What are we saving?
Okay, the Archmage cast Wall of Force, which basically is a magical wall out by the ship, and everybody is making dexterity saving throws as the ship basically lurches into that wall of force. Quirk, you do not need to make this save.
Okay, and am I out past the wall, or am I going to be encountering it?
Right now you are at the ship. Okay, so for your knowledge, this is a hemispherical dome with a radius of 10 feet.
Okay.
Well, actually, it's a flat surface made by 10 foot by 10 foot panels.
Okay. Now I had gotten 50 feet out, right?
Yes.
So how close was it to the ship?
The ship actually encountered the wall of force.
Yeah.
The front of the ship basically hit the wall of force, and it now has bounced off of it and is veering off towards the starboard side.
So am I on our ship's side of the wall or their ship's side of the wall?
Their ship, because the wall is literally right against our ship.
Okay.
Ben, there's some kind of feedback or something coming through your mic right now.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know if
There's
train.
like a little.
Is there a
it
train
sounds-
going by? Because if not, that's what it sounded like.
Oh yeah, there is a train going by.
I'm good. I remember things sometimes. By the way, his reflex save was a 17, so yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Gone.
Let's see. That sounds better.
Cool, yeah, the train just ended.
I
What
guess
was that? I just didn't notice it.
that too.
Yay, living 20 feet from train tracks.
Okay, so Luke, Adron, and Quibble make their saves. Leonis, as the ship hits, you are basically dropped onto your side, and you will be starting prone next round.
I made it, right?
What was yours?
17.
Yes, you make it.
Okay. Did you want me to
All right.
type it in or anything? Just
Yes,
maybe...
please.
Okay.
Yes, please. That'll help me keep track of it a little bit better. Okay, so that is the end of his turn. The mage that you hit, Torin. He raises his hand up, and you see purple energy just like flare in his hand, and real quickly you see 3 purple darts. You know them real well as magic missile, coming right towards you.
Oh, yay.
Yay for auto hit.
Auto hit and within 120 feet.
Magic missile. Magic missile, yeah.
Okay. So you take 10 damage as each of those bolts comes flying up and over the wall of force, and then finding its way down onto your chest plate. Luke.
Okay, is there like a group of them like kind of grouped together on the deck?
Did you do that right? Because according to this, I took 10 damage.
Yes. Should have.
Oh, I thought you were doing it to somebody else.
No. Torin.
Okay.
Magic missile. There, towards the back of the ship where the helm is, there are 3 Thayans standing there.
So I could get them with like a hail of things?
I believe... Yes, actually, you could.
Then I'm gonna
I had to
go
think
do
about
that.
Hail of Thorns for a second. Say again.
Then I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
This music just got really intense.
What is this music? It's in my head and I can't think of it.
This is all stuff from Incompetech. This one's called Clenched.
I feel like I've seen this somewhere in some sort of intro of something, but I can't piece it together.
Okay, so Luke, go ahead and make your attack roll with your longbow. That is actually going to hit.
Awesome.
I need to take a look at something else though real quick. Okay, so here's a question for you. You've got the wall of force directly in front of you, and it's like a faint shimmering. You can kind of see it. Would you be aiming up and over that to arc the arrow down on top of them?
can like see, like I can aim over it and shoot it.
Yes. Yeah, it's like 10 feet. It's 10 feet by 10 feet. And it's...
Then yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so it's sitting right about the water's edge, so, well, or more... I guess it would be about 5 feet up off the water. But still, yeah, you're able to fire over it, and you do land your hit, and, let's see, it's a save... Dex save for half.
Why is this playing Dance Macabre in the back?
Because it's one of the songs that I downloaded. I liked it.
Cool. I love this song.
Alright. So he fails his dex save. Go ahead and roll damage. Both for your arrow and for the Hail of Thorns. And, also Colossus Slayer damage. Let's see. It was not targeted at all.
Sorry, I didn't know who I was targeting.
It's okay. I should have told you. Oh, and Hail of Thorns looked like it got applied twice. So I took the first
My bad.
value there. It's okay. It's okay. Alright. So your arrow arcs up and hits Mage 11, who was the mage that dodged out of the way of Leonis's lightning bolt the last time around. Hits him square in the chest, and as it does, it explodes with thorns, which also cause... Let me run one for this guy. Save. DC on it's 12. Yep, he also fails. And he will go ahead and take your second Hail of Thorns damage there. Alright. And so the Hail of Thorns hits him as well, and he's riddled by it, tries to raise his hands and shield from it, but can't do it. You see the mage that you just hit square in the chest, reach his hand up, and he fires directly at the Raven Tooth's sails, firebolt. And it, see. I won't let me cast it. Yeah, he definitely hits the Raven Tooth's sails. And fire starts to spread to those sails. You see the person in the crow's nest lean down and actually cast a cone of cold against it, causing the fire to basically freeze on the sails, stopping any damage that may have actually occurred. Quibble.
Okay. Quibble is going to fly off from the rear of the ship, circle around, dive at the water to catch a fish, and then fly out over their ship.
Okay. Sounds good. Next is Mage 2, and he gets a similar idea to the first, and he casts Firebolt at the sails again. And the ship lurches as he goes to cast it, and his firebolt goes wide. Right about that time, you guys see a figure wearing blue and black leather armor, with a pirate hat on, a tricorner, a large tricorner on, swing from a rope up near the crow's nest. Swing from one of the top masts, swing across, and she does a backflip, landing on one knee, draws a rapier, and goes charging towards the nearest wizard.
Did you really do this, Kalia, or am I just imagining something?
What?
Continue. Never mind.
You know what's coming.
Yeah,
you know
I
what's
do.
coming.
Oh, I know what's coming.
I think most of the people in chat know what's coming, but yes.
I only know what's coming because Adron mentioned it earlier. Well, Akiva mentioned it earlier.
I don't think I was paying attention, but just from what I'm hearing.
Actually, may not be able to do the way I want to. Aha! There we go. Sorry guys, gotta do a little bit of setup work here. Alright, and she hacks. She lets out 3 quick swipes with her rapier, and as she's doing so, she says, "I'll be your undoing, boyo!" And you guys can hear it, even through the chaos that's happening. And he looks very woozy. Torin, it is your turn.
How close are the ships?
They're holding steady at 120 feet.
Okay. Can Torin see the Archmage, and is he within bolting, like, distance? The guy.
Say one more time.
Is the Archmage within guiding bolt distance?
Yes.
Cool. I'm going to do another one, except this time at a level 3.
Nice.
I have to figure out... Okay, so I keep forgetting. So I have to roll a normal ranged attack at it?
Yes.
Okay. Don't fail me now. +6, +6. Please roll like a 13 or higher. That'd be great. 4. That's a 10.
Okay. So your guiding bolt again. Ship lurches, and you cast your guiding bolt, and as you do, you notice that it hits that wall of force and just dissipates. Anything else?
Nope.
Alright. Next up is a drawn.
Aiming again for the same one I shot the first time.
Okay.
And Teleri is not I'm sorry. The pirate of the Raven's Tooth is not close enough to count as a nearby ally, correct?
That is correct. She is attacking a completely different pirate at this point. Or wizard, whatever.
Does a 22 hit?
22 will hit.
Alright. And then for my movement, I'd like to hop out onto one of the crossbeams on the mast.
Okay.
Just run down the crossbeam and jump into the water. I assume it's a bonus action to activate the Ring of Water Breathing.
It should say in the inventory item. I think it's an action. I think it's an action, if I remember reading it right. Leonis, you should recognize this song too.
Oh yeah, it does say
do.
as an action.
I recognize the song.
Okay, well I can do that on my next turn. So yeah, I'm gonna run down the crossbeam of the mast and just dive into the water.
Are you doing like anything fancy or just swan dive?
Just a swan dive.
Okay. So you hit the water and it is very cold. You were expecting such, being that this is the ocean, even though it is what would be considered the summer, or actually I guess it's the fall, in this portion of the world. But yeah, you are safely in the water.
Excellent.
Next up is the mage that was just hit by Teleri, and he is freaking out now that this pirate just showed up out of nowhere and gave him 3 hacks with her rapier with deadly accuracy. He draws a dagger against her and swipes frantically at her. She manages to dodge out of the way, and you see her rotate her wrist up as she leans out of the way and draws her or places her blade right back on point. And she makes another attack against him. And she hits him. And now that mage is pierced directly through the heart as she turns his attack against him, and he slumps onto the deck of the ship. Told you I'd be your undoing, boyo, and you didn't listen. Leonis.
Are there any mages close enough together that I can hit 2?
You've still got 11 and 2 close together.
Hey, they're still close together? I can hit them again.
Hit them, baby, one more time.
I will. Cast. Oop. Damage. Oop. Yeah.
Okay, so...
One's dying.
Yep.
That's good.
Mage 2, which was actually the one that failed his saves the first time around, is actually dying on the deck. The lightning bolt lands directly on him, essentially. And he is fried where he stands. Anything else?
As I'm, well, I used my movement, of course, to get up, like half my
Right.
movement because I was.
Yeah, it's just half movement.
And then can I find somewhere secure, like enough that if I start to lurch again, I can grab onto something so I don't fall again? Like, is there anything within like 15 feet of me?
I'm sorry. Say one more time.
Is there anything within 15 feet of me that I can be able to like get onto, like be able to hold on to if it lurches again?
You could probably move towards the rail or towards one of the masts.
I'll go towards the mast then, so I'm still keeping in sight the other ship, so I can keep my concentration on the storm cloud. That way, I'm also in the center of the ship and not the edge.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Next up is Quirk.
Okay. So, have either of the ships actually moved during this time?
Have either of the ships fired during this time?
No, moved in the water, because if the other ship has moved at least 20 feet in my direction, then I will be at their ship this round. Otherwise, I'll be 20 feet off their hull.
The Thayan ship is probably moving towards you, while the Raven's Tooth would be moving away from you. The Fazli's ship, I need to come up with a name for it. Fazli's ship basically hit the wall of force, bounced off, and is moving parallel now to that wall of force.
Okay, so then the Thayan ship, would it have moved far enough that I'm actually going to be able to reach it this round?
Yeah, you would be able to reach it this round.
Okay, cool. Then I'm going to come from underneath up and just put one hand on the gun bay door and shoot a fireball into the mid deck.
That sounds like fun. Fireball, not firebolt.
Fireball.
Alright.
I'm gonna
Cast it up.
Okay. And if I happen to be in its range, that's fine. I can shape my way out of it.
I'm not going to worry about that. But you are going to have advantage on this.
Okay. Okay. Advantage. Okay, so I just do that again, right?
Ouch.
You know what? You hit.
Alright.
Boom. That was nice.
You had yourself targeted.
Well, that's not
And
good.
down goes Quark.
Dang it,
all
Quirk,
right.
hitting yourself with fireballs is not the intended use of this product. Come on.
One of the... Please pardon the pun. I know Wheels is not going to forgive me. Next week he's going to give me shit about it at Adventurers League, but that's one of the quirks of this program.
You set
all
the,
right,
you set the pun up too much for it to be funny.
I did. Yeah, I did.
That should be punishable by law.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
There
Luke.
you go. That's how you do it.
That's a 20-foot radius sphere and ignites anything in that area.
Right, which then causes the powder stores to ignite and go off.
You just killed Hilary.
That's good. really. Okay. And bye, guys. Alright. Mage 8 is standing directly underneath the blast as it goes off.
Well, he's dead.
Taliri can feel the rumble happening, and she goes diving and backflipping backwards as a huge explosion erupts right from the center of the ship. The Archmage at the back, he puts up another wall of force, ending the one by Fazli's ship, which shields him from the blast. And that is the end of that. Top of the round. Archmage used his spell as a reaction. That is his turn. And Luke, you are up.
I'm going to take a shot at Mage 11 because I'm assuming he's in range.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Nice crit.
Yes.
I mean-
Sweet action. Roll up that damage. And also describe to me how this shot is hitting.
It's going to hit him like an arrow would hit a body.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
So
You can do better
descriptive.
than that, Luke.
Luke takes aim, realizes that if he raises the bow up slightly, it looses the arrow. The arrow sails through the air and drops right into the dude's forehead.
Thank you.
I'll take it. I'll take it. So let's see. That was 11. And
Should
did
I
actually have
also
him
roll-
targeted.
Should I?
Yeah,
should I
you also
roll
get your Colossus Slayer. Yep, he's at less than full hit points. Nice. And with that shot hitting him in the forehead, the arrow drives deeper in and just pierces right through his head, embedding itself finally stopping about midway through your arrow.
Beautiful.
He is dead. Quibble, with fish in beak. Or talons, rather.
That is, so it's the Archmage that's, on the poop deck?
Yes, he's actually, yeah.
Okay. So Quibble would like to, first make a pass over and then just swing around and, land right by his feet without him noticing.
Okay, roll up stealth. This is entirely too cheery for this combat.
No, we're winning. This is perfect.
Oh my god, you might have just saved your Hawk's life again. Because I was going to put another lightning bolt right there. But because I see Quibble, I'm not going to.
Okay, so let's see here. That is a perception check. Yeah, he sees Quibble. Okay, so what is
Okay.
Quibble going to do?
Can Quibble tell that he's been seen?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
this
just gonna-
archmage like stopped what he was doing and looks down like, what?
He's just going to get back up and fly away.
All right. McQuibble is going to take an attack of opportunity. Hold on.
Question: does the Archmage try to punt Quibble?
No, kick the birdie.
He's got an AC of 13.
He misses.
Nice.
Archmage draws his dagger with his free hand and just swipes at Quibble as Quibble is taking off, and Quibble manages to feel the wind current and like glide out of the way, slide out of the way.
Can
take
Quibble
flight.
toss the fish at him along the way?
Not the way I had it pictured in my head, but sure.
Okay.
Make a dexterity roll for Quibble. This is a check, not a save. Roll critical fish damage, please.
All right.
We're gonna call it. We're gonna call it. Critical fish damage is gonna be. Let's call it a D6.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. How much damage did you say?
So
D6.
why is it not rolling?
Okay, good. That's the equivalence of one human punch.
Okay. So then
A monk human. Actually,
guess
no.
it'd be
Monks get D4. But
Yeah,
okay.
it's a
There's
normal
the
person's
2d6.
punch. It's
So-
one hit.
That's
wait a minute. Why is it
7?
2d6? Oh,
Because it's critical.
Because crit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Took me a second. So 7 damage. Archmage.
Oh my gosh.
Apparently, the Archmage was allergic to whatever fish that was.
That was a pike.
I'm crying on the inside and the outside.
And here I thought it would be a swordfish.
I'm sorry, Ashley. I'm sorry.
Or Tempest in chat says maybe it's a holy mackerel.
That's a
That's
good
better.
one. I enjoyed
That's better.
that. Well, yeah, I don't think you're on your pun game tonight.
I was perfectly on my pun game. Pike is a perfectly acceptable fish. And she is holy. Torin.
Right. Well, I'm gonna say we're still like far away, right? There's no way for me to somehow get on the other ship.
No.
Okay.
Well,
Just
unless you have like Dimension Door or Mist. Well, not even Misty Step would get you there because you're not close enough.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, technically speaking, I could activate the ring, walk on water, get there, but that's a whole other mess, and I really don't want to do that.
Right.
I think I am just gonna do another third. I'll use my last third level slot to do another guiding bolt at it.
Okay.
Does a 21 hit?
21 against the Archmage.
Yes.
I think he's the only one left. Yeah, he's the only one left. 20. What's his age? Yes, 21 definitely hits.
Awesome. So now I roll for 6d6 damage.
Nice.
Stand by for number. $27 damage.
Damage. Alright. 7 is 15. Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. So Teleri goes charging towards this guy now, and you guys can hear her shouting. And you see now on the on the Raven's Tooth that her crew members are gathering, and they're shouting across for her. And as she's running, the crew is letting loose volleys of cannon fire one at a time from the back of the ship towards the front, stopping right about the middle. And each explosion is happening in the enemy ship as she goes running up to this archmage. She has her rapier drawn, and she makes 3 attacks. So she swings up and to the right from about his waist, slashing him across, brings her weapon back down from right to lower left, and then finally just slashes straight across his left side, or I guess his right side. And you see the Archmage shirk out of the way now, and he's visibly in pain. Adron.
Okay, so I use my action to activate my ring of water breathing. Were any of the Thayan crew thrown into the water from the explosion?
There probably were several, but from what you can tell, the majority of them are dead.
Okay, I'm swimming around looking for survivors, and when I find them, I will slit their throats.
Give me a high or low.
Okay.
Give me a high or low.
Let's go low.
Ding, ding, ding! A 2 rolled on a D100.
Nice!
Wow.
So yeah, it's definitely low.
So I do just that. I find them.
All right.
I slit their throats.
Coup de grace. Awesome. You probably managed to find a couple more that are trying to tread water and whatnot, and therefore they're not able to cast against you. Okay. So let's try and get this wrapped up pretty quick. Jonas, go.
Boom, lightning bolt.
All right.
That's wait, what? Why didn't you cast? Oh, I don't have anything targeted. Oop, Archmage. I'm doing it in such a way not to hit Talieri, like it's off to whatever, like the opposite side of wherever she is.
Okay.
So that the Archmage is within 5 feet, but she's not.
Okay.
How do you target people?
Control
click.
Huh, I'll do it. Okay.
Adron, you just targeted Quibble.
I didn't control click anything. I shouldn't have been
why
targeting
are you
anyone.
targeting Quibble?
What?
If somebody has his character selected and they do the click, it will still work. It's not limited by character. Anybody can do it.
Okay, then. I'm gonna hit the thing. Oop. Damage. Oop. Not nearly as good.
Still in
Okay,
11
so
now, so.
he did actually save against that. But he did take damage.
What can I do as a bonus action?
Yeah,
I
go
don't
ahead
know.
with your bonus action if you've got something.
I don't think I have anything. Never mind. Continue.
Okay, Quirk.
Okay. I would like to fly up behind him. The Archmage.
Okay.
And, just not even landing on the deck. Just coming up behind him. And Lightning Bolt. Right through him, would normally hit, Tillery, but the bolt will go out around Tillery and, light the sails on fire.
Sweet. Do it.
We're just casting all the lightning on this person.
Hey, look over there, lightning bolt.
Okay, he failed his save.
Oh my god.
Nice. So you land behind the Archmage and call forth your lightning bolt, and he's turns to see you behind him right about the time that you let it loose. He's like, "What's the meaning of?" And it jolts and crackles through him, and he screams in pain as Tillery ducks and braces herself for the impending lightning bolt, and it shapes around her, and she goes, "Whew, thank you, lad. I appreciate it."
That must have been an enlightening experience for him.
PatrickBoo.gif.
I would thunderclap at that, but I'm not going to.
I'm sorry, did that pun not have any spark?
Alright, the Archmage, looking very, very rough. Now, he casts Misty Step and teleports towards the backside of the ship, stepping through a mist that briefly appears on the deck, and he appears where the cannon shots had just hit previously, and he starts screaming, "No, no, no! You will not prevail, Sea Breeze!" Luke.
So, after his teleporting thingy, is he still in range?
Yes, he's actually closer to you probably now.
Awesome, I'm gonna shoot him again.
That's a hit.
Oh. Really?
That's a hit. Yep, that's AC. Actually, no, AC is 12. Okay, awesome.
You guys hear the train?
Oh,
currently?
wait. You know what? I leveled up and I have 2 attacks now.
Roll it up! Roll it up!
But no, I hear no train.
Yay! I
Shoot
think
the
I fixed my
fucker!
issue.
Aww.
I did not get that.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's... okay. So it said you're attacking while out of ammo, which I think means that you didn't refill your inventory after the town excursion.
But I did.
Okay. So, yeah,
But
just make sure that you have all of your arrows filled up, or that there's no check marks there. And
you
then
can
reduce it by, like, how many of you fired? 3 or 4?
3. Well, no,
So
that
go
one
ahead
was
and
the
just-
fourth. That
Four
one was the
now.
fourth.
Okay, so make sure you just reduce your ammo by 4, basically, so that
Alright.
you've only used 4 arrows.
When you go to weapons, you can click on the type of weapon it is, and when it's under range, there's an ammo tab that's under it that probably decreases every time you use it.
Yep.
And that if that's 0, that means that you can put your ammo in there as well, and it can keep track like that.
Yeah, and you should have 20 arrows at a time. Quirk, Quibble's up.
Okay. Yeah, Quibble's going to circle around and try to get behind him without getting noticed again.
Okay, Elf. This, you don't know what it is about it as you're seeing through Quibble's vision. But this mage is hyper aware of Quibble after being slapped by the pike.
All right. So then he's going to keep his distance.
Okay. Torin.
Oh, this really sucks. I can't get within freaking melee range. You know what? I'm gonna cast blindness on
Nice.
the Archmage.
Nice, do it.
I have rolled it.
Okay, let me see here.
It should have given you a
Blindness.
save.
Save. He succeeded. He rolled a
Damn it.
natural 20.
You serious?
His last couple rolls have been natural 20s.
Are you fucking serious? What else happens? Is that it?
That, I believe that is it. It's no effect on a save.
God. Okay.
Alright. That is Taliri's turn.
Your artillery is going to finish him off.
Probably. So, she attacks again with her rapier. Actually, she points at him and says, "By Soon's light and grace, you will die." And then she uses an action surge to then attack him. The right one. That one's a hit. First attack. And actually, she does not kill him, but he is now clutching his chest as Taliri just like poked him full of holes, and he's standing there, left hand forward, right hand back, just staring him down with her eyes squinted, and she is serious about killing this guy. Adron.
Still slitting the throats of the surviving Thayans.
Nice. Okay. Leonis.
I'm gonna. Sorry, Taliri. I'm gonna do the thing. Lightning bolt again. Not lightning
the
bolt.
thing.
Call lightning.
Do the thing, Tiny Potato. I believe in you.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna do the same place as long as it doesn't hit Taliri if possible. Even if it does hit Taliri, whatever.
Yeah, she should be good for it. Okay.
Okay, I'm just casting. Boop. Damage.
Ah,
Boop. I
did
like that.
succeed.
Yeah.
What is? Let me roll one for Tillery, just but because It's a dex save for half.
Yep.
He makes her save. He did not make his. Oh, actually, he did make his. For half damage.
It already did half damage, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't do any. It didn't do any to Valyria
Yeah, I
because
forgot
she
to
wasn't
have
targeted.
I didn't know if I was supposed to target her.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll do it. So, with that lightning strike, how do you want to do this?
Yeah, finally get one.
Exactly
Okay.
his HP. To be honest,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah. So, being inspired by what I saw do from what he did with the his lightning bolt, I want to use all my force and willpower to, when it calls down another bolt, to have it curve down out in front of him, and then hit him straight through the center of the chest.
Nice. Okay.
Like, normally I'm not able to sculpt spells, but I'm just putting all my force and energy into this.
Okay. So yeah, as you cast the lightning bolt, it comes down, and he's actually wearing put his dagger back after swiping at Quibble, but he put it back in the back of his belt. And the lightning is actually attracted to that dagger, comes straight down through his chest and bursts out the back of the dagger. And you see him, his hands fly up and his face just slacks and pales as he falls over dead.
Shocking.
The Thayan ship is now sinking. And there are very few Thayan crew members starting to scramble off from below decks. And Kaleri whistles out to the Raven's Tooth. "Hey, boyos, you mind giving me a lift?" And you see them toss out a rope for her, and she grabs onto it and nods, and goes diving into the water with her with the rope in hand, and starts pulling herself in rapidly towards the Raven's Tooth. And with that, everybody, that is where we are going to end for the evening. Thank you for joining us here at Desert Winds. Hope you had a wonderful night. I know I sure did. It's nice to bring in my own PE for a game. Because I don't get to play her that often. But, yeah, we'll be here next week, 4 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Central, and we'll host Critical Role afterwards. Until then, may all your hits be crits.
Boom.